Number 10, The Infection. This game was a zombie survival game created by Jared Valdez 4, but while the game itself was pretty scary, with you facing an infection as a user that could transform you into a zombie, as well as a toxic green gas that could threaten your very existence, the likely reason for this game being banned had to do with the fact that we had a shady game developer involved in its creation. The user Jared Valdez 4 was known for his involvement in potentially stealing games, although he still maintains somewhat of a Roblox fan base, and he claims that he never stole any games but was simply able to create using those games because they were uncopy locked. His game, The Infection, though, was a copy of Stealth Pilot's game, The Undead Is Coming, and it was likely due to this fact that The Infection and Jared Valdez 4 himself were both banned. The Undead Is Coming, however, remains playable but has not been updated in over 10 years. Number 9, Flex Seal Battle Royale Simulator. This game was one that was inspired by the Phil Swift memes. Now, if you don't know who Phil Swift is, he is one of the owners and sort of spokesperson for the Flex Seal products. Anyways, a lot of people have liked using him for memes. This game was inspired by memes featuring him, but promised to create a battle royale type scenario using Flex Seal products and Phil Swift's image. Gameplay seemed to be somewhat broken, and likely using Phil Swift's image in the game was deemed inappropriate by the Roblox admins, so it ended up being deleted shortly after coming into existence. Its last update was in August of 2019. Also, meme games in Roblox are like a huge thing, in case you didn't already know that. There's lots of weird meme games on there. Number 8, Pokemon Brick Bronze. Pokemon Brick Bronze was a very popular game on Roblox that unfortunately got banned for the reason of copyright infringement. In Pokemon Brick Bronze, players could become a Robloxian trainer all their own while battling in gyms with a variety of different Pokemon that they could catch and train. Now, in the world of Roblox, you could create anything you want, as long as it doesn't infringe on someone else's massive copyright claims, of course. Unfortunately, this ended up being a huge issue for this game and Nintendo, who own the rights to the Pokemon games. Unfortunately, this ended up being a huge issue for this game, and Nintendo, who own the rights to the Pokemon games, were the ones to complain and have it be shut down. A contributing factor was likely also that this game on Roblox was quite a profitable one, with lots of people spending tons of Robux on it, which also led many fans of the game to feel pretty frustrated when it was banned, as some had spent lots of money on that game. This is why you gotta watch out for the games that might come into some copyright issues. If it's Super Pokemon, maybe that's not the game to play. Put lots of Robux into.
And at 7, Subway Simulator. Many will tell you that the journey is more important than the destination. This game is the embodiment of that statement. Welcome aboard the Forever Subway. Subway Simulator is basically your local subway system when there is too much traffic, snow, or people screwing around on the tracks. They actually have a beginner's guide that tells you that the Subway Simulator is a game. This means that you push buttons on your keyboard to do things. However, things are not a requirement. Your objective is to wait for the next stop and get off at the station, but it will take forever. This train never stops, so you'll never be able to get off. I don't know why someone made this, I don't understand why people make most of these games on this list, but whatever. Like, do you make money from it? Do you earn Robux on your character or something? Like, what is the appeal of making these forever waiting games? Like, what? Speaking of which,
Number 6, Shower Simulator. One game that is yet to be banned, yet probably should be, is Shower Simulator. While this game doesn't really do anything explicit to break the Roblox rules for subject matter, it does suggest a very intense bend of those rules. In Shower Simulator, your avatar gets to visit a spa. Of course, you're a little block person who does still have to wear some form of clothing, so there is not explicit nudity in this game, but a lot of players still usually run around in swimwear or even just underwear, which can create a lot of awkward or unenjoyable interactions between your avatar and someone else's. Put simply, Shower Simulator encourages the type of behavior that is normally frowned upon in Roblox, which is why it's so strange that this game is still somehow playable, especially considering it has more downvotes than upvotes when it comes to its approval rating.
halfway through into number 5, red light, green light, backup. Red Light Green Light Backup, as it was called a couple days ago, now goes by Red Light Green Light Episode 5, and was created by Slugfo. The description is simple and reads, quote, inspired by the Netflix show Squid Game. Episode 4 has been added, stay tuned for the rest. Credit to Quavities for building/voices, and Sehum for the character models, and currently has over 37,000 active users, 850,175 favorites, over 83 million visits, and a server size of 100, which is pretty damn good. And the like ratio is also very high with 131,000 likes to 18,000 dislikes. This is a real hardcore like fan group like YouTube page, I feel like, I swear. And I don't know why, I just get that vibe. But when I also go to servers, it says that they're not running any experiences, yet there was still over 37,000 active players. So like I don't know if it was because I wasn't logged in, so like maybe I couldn't see the games that were actually happening because I wasn't logged in. Or maybe it's just because Roblox operates like Minecraft roams. Then they're just broken, I don't know.
Number 4, Boys and Girls Dance Club. So while there is a game available right now that you can play under this name, it's important to note that the original one was deleted. All these semi-online dating games remind me of my Habbo Hotel days. Does anyone remember Habbo Hotel? Is that still a thing? For those who have never heard of Habbo Hotel, it was a social networking game slash could be somewhat of a role play game depending on, that was once very popular with teenagers. And you could consider it to also be, I guess, sort of an online dating game. I feel like people did that. ASL, everyone remember that? In Habbo Hotel, you would basically explore a world, modify your own little room, and you would socialize with other people's avatars online. Boys and Girls Dance Club seems like it both had, and in its new form has, the same kind of vibe. The new game that is up has been more recently created in 2019, so it's very likely that it will be banned, as the issue with this game the first time around is that it promotes online dating, which, as we said before, is a big no-no on Roblox, a gaming platform once again created for children. Stop trying to online date on Roblox, that's creepy, don't do it. Number 3, adopt and raise. Number 3, adopt.
And at number 3, Shot in the Dark. If the name doesn't scare you away, let's delve into the finer details to stir up some fear and anxiety. This horror game was created by a group called Paradox and actually has many layers to it. For starters, the first portion of the game, Shot in the Dark, involves a player being randomly chosen, given a gun, and presented with a choice. You can either reveal the gun and kill someone abruptly, or kill someone secretly. The next game mode is then called Who Did It? This is where after the murder takes place, each player must now vote against their friends to determine who is the killer in the group. Lastly, it all comes to an end with their final game mode called Russian Roulette. Each player takes turns pointing a gun at their head and firing off a round, with each hoping their chamber is empty. The game saw over 2 million visits but has since been deleted by Roblox due to this final controversial game mode. Many fans have contested this, and thus it has led to some controversy, with many even threatening to quit Roblox altogether.
Number 2, Boys and Girls Roleplay. Wow, people never learn. Look, if you are making games on Roblox, one of the points that I think is important that you understand is you can't make a game that involves any aspect of online dating. Boys and Girls Roleplay as such is another game that has ended up being taken down. And there are a lot of games like this that still exist up on Roblox, but will likely also get banned because of the type of content that they allude to and encourage or promote. Online dating is just not something that belongs in a kid-friendly and kid-centric gaming world. It's weird. Sure, lots of adults also play the games too, but the adults don't make up the majority of that demographic when it comes to the Roblox audience. Number 1, Roblox. That's right. While most of the world still gets to enjoy all the games that are not banned or deleted from Roblox, not everyone even gets to do that. Roblox itself has been banned in Jordan, North Korea, and the UAE, United Arab Emirates. It's unknown exactly why the game has been banned in all of these places, but in the UAE it seems to have been because there was a concern as to the negative effect the game could have on young people's lives. Some of Roblox's content was also deemed unsuitable and inappropriate for young children, with concerns surrounding there not being enough protection in regards to blocking depictions of nudity and swear words. And it is possible that we may see more countries ban Roblox as well, as the game's level of security when it comes to protecting their younger audience from online predators and other hazards has also been a concern expressed on a global scale.
And at 10, fall down the stairs. This game has been out for over 11 years, and I'm pretty sure I played it when I was all about Roblox. I think you understand what this game is about. You fall downstairs. 13 million visits, 273.5 thousand favorites. There were actually 8 people playing this as I was scripting this. Oh, that's kind of meta. Because, like, I'm writing this, but I had to write it in the future tense because I'm not recording it yet. The ability to fall downstairs is interesting, but there are also things that you can buy. You can buy a nuke gun in this game, for God's sakes. Like, why? Why is this a real thing? I don't get it. How many of you actually played this game mode? I'm assuming quite a few, which is why it's at the top of the list, but still, how many of these games have you played? Watch the whole thing and then let me know in the comments. And at 9, Ray Ragdoll. This game is all about getting hurt. Like, you don't take any actual damage, but I feel like this is the definition of what Roblox games are. This game contains a blender, washing machine, plinko game, giant swinging hammer, a staircase, and a long slope for you to ragdoll around in. You can get hit off the map, fall down the stairs, but it's not as good as the last game, and proceed to throw yourself in the washing machine to get the mud off your face, because this is what Roblox is. The plinko game is hilarious, and the fact that you can put yourself in a blender is just kind of worrying. This is basically Happy Wheels without the gore, and that is what makes this game so weird. Honestly, after looking at these servers, I'm starting to appreciate this community again. Because of the people who make stupid, crazy, and weird games like these, they are the real MVP. And at 8, Cheese Tycoon. This game is honestly my calling card. I mean, I used to play Roblox for paintball and that was it. But now, after seeing that there is a Cheese Tycoon, I might have to change my mind. This game is a normal tycoon that revolves all around cheese. You get a cheese maker, then you collect money from selling the cheese. You then use that money to upgrade your area and cheese maker. Honestly, this sounds like a dream and will teach me proper entrepreneurship techniques. Screw paying $10,000 in student fees, just play Cheese Tycoon and you'll know what to do. This game literally has no description and was created by Nico112112. So thank you, Nico, for blessing the world with the cheese business simulator that is this holy game. While you may think it's stupid or dumb, I think it's the best game on this list, so don't come for me. I like cheese, okay? That's why I'm the cheese king. This game has been out for almost 9 years and I'm upset that I'm only learning about it now. Prepare for me to spend all my free time in Cheese Tycoon now.
Number 7, Pokeblocks Go. Number 7, Pokeblocks Go. Not only was Pokemon Brick Bronze banned, but of course any games that now are made with Pokemon characters or likely any other Nintendo gaming property are likely to be scrutinized and potentially banned in the future. Pokeblocks Go was another Pokemon themed game that suffered the consequences of being basically a Roblox version of Pokemon Go. Although Pokeblocks Go was also known for being pretty glitchy and not as well developed, obviously, as the location-based app game that it was based off of. Needless to say, in the future, creators should probably be more conscious about creating anything explicitly Pokemon themed, as it will likely get banned. Nintendo is just not about that. They're like, that's our stuff. We make the Pokemon games. Us and the Pokemon company, we own that.
Number 6, Waiting for the Doctor Simulator. This game has been out for 3 years. Waiting for the Doctor Simulator is just that. You wait for the doctor that never comes. What makes me mad is that this is an actual problem that people experience every day. During my last year of high school, I had appendicitis, but obviously I didn't know at the time. We were told to go to the hospital and I got there at 8 p.m. I only got to see someone at 2 a.m. I had to wait 6 hours to see someone when I potentially had a condition that could kill me if it got too severe, which in all honesty I didn't know about until after. As you can probably tell, this game is giving me all sorts of war flashbacks, and I don't want to deal with it. At least here you get something out of waiting. Every second you wait you get more points, and you can use those points to buy things like a freeze ray so you can screw with the other players. This game is just about screwing with you, but that's what doctors do, at least when you actually need them. Vaccinate your kids.
And at number 5, Unknown Demise. This scary server was created by a user named Superfighter back in 2011. In the game, each player works as a detective attempting to collect 6 pieces of evidence hidden throughout the game. The tricky thing is that each player can only hold 1 piece of evidence at a time. To up the fear factor, you have demons and ghosts haunting certain areas, and if you're caught by any of them, it's back to the lobby for you, thus making the collection of evidence even more daunting than before. I mean, they at least give you a stun gun to ward off these oncoming attackers, but that certainly won't calm your anxiety. Once you've collected the evidence, you must bring them back to the truck, but again, all 6 pieces have to be there in order to escape with your life.
And at 4, the normal elevator. This is a totally normal elevator. Nothing weird about it. There are 32 floors and they are all normal floors that you would see in an elevator. There's the Powerpuff Girl floor, the Island Vacation floor, the floor that is just a hall, the Black Hole floor, that will suck everything in, absolutely destroying you, the elevator, the game, the server, Roblox itself, and then the world. If you don't believe me, you can try it for yourself. If you own a VIP server, you can control what floor the elevator goes to next, instead of it being random like it is in other servers. This game has had 352 million visits at the time of recording, and was created on the 26th of March in 2017, and was last updated in July of 2019. The max amount of players is 8 per server, and you are not allowed gear. No gear. It's not allowed. No. Bad. Stop thinking about it. Out of 352 million players, there were only 546,000 likes. Rude. Getting close to the end into number 3, Night Brawl. Originally known as Squid Game X Night Brawl, what was a uniquely named game is now known as Squid Game X Marbles. And no, this is not a collab between a marble company and Lydia from the Yogscast, who goes by the name Squid Game. I'm not even kidding, that is literally her name, Squid Game. The description reads, next update at 20,000 likes. Tug of War has been added, Night Brawl added, added marbles. Game modes marbles, new. Tug of War, new. Honeycomb, red light, green light, and glass. Coming soon, able to become a guard. Join the group for bonus daily rewards and codes. Squid Game X Survival Games is inspired by the show Squid Game. Stimulate your Squid Game experience. We are a small development team, so please support us by liking and favoriting the game. First of all, so apparently, based on this description, the game was originally called Squid Game X Survival Game. Then it became Squid Game X whatever else, and now it's Squid Game X Marbles. For God's sakes. But I don't really get how that's supporting though, like favoriting and like do people get made do people get paid to make Roblox games? Cause like I don't know how it works. But if they do, why am I a YouTuber? Anyway, the game at this point currently has 13.5 thousand active players and over 118,000 favorites, 25.1 million views, and a server size of 50, so make sure you pop on over and say hi to them, and then tell them to change their name back to Night Brawl. In it 2, Never Look Again. In this place there is a foggy garden with a few scarecrows. Looking around there is a shack. On entry you cannot leave, and a table and chair appears. The place fogs up to the point of barely being able to see. Chanting people circle around a pole and scarecrows move. It is said that the player Never Look Again is stuck as a scarecrow and will lure people into his place by asking them if they want to help with his garden. Say yes, and soon after, a new scarecrow will appear. This sounds like an R.L. Stine Goosebumps book. Like, that's so weird. Is the point of this game to become a scarecrow, or are you trying to avoid his will? And why does this even exist? What purpose does it serve other than being spooky dooky? Does it provide unlocked clothing? No. Does it have any actual reason for existing? No. Does that mean that the story is real and maybe Never Look Again is really trapped in this game, and if you enter you will take his place and gather scarecrows for his garden? No idea. And at number 1, Meep City. According to some very outspoken folks, Meep City is the cancer of the Roblox community. It started off as a place to get meeps and do fun things like buy ice cream and pizza, like Club Penguin with Puffles, but soon became a breeding ground for what are called oh dears. The server has around 20,000 people a day. The server apparently gives you the ability to have virtual intercourse with other players. So 20,000 people come to this world to get off to people who dress their avatars up like strippers and start putting things like single, hot, and dirty in their bios. This game will never remove it, however, since the game causes players to buy Robux and makes them money. This just goes to show that companies care more about money than about the players. Sure, there have been some things that they fought against, but those were open to the public. News articles were published and there were segments on your local news about it. But this game has been flying under the radar because it's making them money. Stupid money, probably. The players attempt to dress themselves to seem cooler and attract more mates, I guess? This is not okay and it needs to be shut down. This game is targeted towards kids.
In a 10, Squid Challenge. Squid Challenge by time only currently only has red light, green light. However, that seems to be the most popular mode and is the easiest to recreate in Roblox, at least from what it seems. The description for this game mode reads, quote, "Welcome to Squid Challenge. Can you follow all of the directions and become rich? Beat the game to survive. Episode 1 is here. Play red light, green light now. Newest update, shop updates, minor bug fixes. Premium Roblox users get 100 cash upon joining, and if you buy Roblox Premium in-game, you get 1,000 in-game cash." Some similar phrases to this experience's title are Fish Game, Squid Game, Crustacean Gambit, or Octopus Contest. At the time of writing this, the game has 9,981 active users, 14.6 million visits, and allows for server sizes up to 30 players. So if you're looking for some good intense action-oriented red light, green light action, Be sure you check out this game, because I'm sure that's what it is. And at 9, Castro. This version of Squid Game from Castro is labeled as, quote, Squid Game new update coming soon, which makes these kinds of lists very difficult, because let's be honest, how the actual hell are we supposed to tell these games apart? They all use the same broken titling scheme. Anyway, the description reads, this game is based on the Netflix show called Squid Game. This is still in progress, so if you find and bugs, please report them to the creator of the game. Thank you. Join this Squid Game group, and then they have a Roblox community link. Join this group for a prize. Then they have another Roblox about page link, which is weird. But at the time of writing this, the game has 3,590 active users with 35.7 million visits, over 184,000 favorites, and a server size of 100 in a typical Battle Royale style number. But it also has more than 10k additional dislikes compared to the number of likes though, so who knows, maybe it's for you. Link is in the description. And at 8, Octopus Game. Octopus Game was actually in the popular section of the Roblox like a couple days ago though, and that's how I found it for this list. Created by Olivine Studios, the description reads, Red Light Green Light based off Netflix series Squid Game. This unique version of Red Light Green Light from Squid Game has several different challenging game modes. Can you reach the finish line? More chapters out of 10,000 likes. The update log is in-game. Join the group for future perks. Then they have their Roblox group link, and then they list their developers. 5Pow was the lead developer, scripter, and UI designer. Arvelian was the scripter. Tuzin was a builder, logo, and thumbnail designer. The game, as of writing this, has 53 active players with over 182,000 visits, a server size of 30, and over 5,000 favorites. The game currently only has 598 likes out of the 10,000 that they want for additional chapters though, which makes me think that they need to step up their game, since currently it seems like they only have Red Light Green Light, which from what I've seen, every Squid Game server has that. So my suggestion would be to add another one at least, and then you can ask for more likes. Even if this is a unique version, just come on.
And at number 7, Identity Fraud. This scare-tastic puzzle game was created by Team Motherboard and involves players attempting to escape throughout 3 complex mazes followed by the ultimate boss fight, because why not? The intro alone is absolutely horrifying. For starters, you begin in a doctor's office where they tell your character that they've only been doing this for a month or so. Yeah, time to run. This obviously sounds the alarms in your head that something is wrong with this situation, and when the doctor tries to poison you, that's when the beginning of your escape happens. Following your nervous navigation through the 3 mazes, you will be met by a monster named James. Most monsters are named James. James will charge at the player anytime they move within their line of sight. Sorry to anybody named James.
And at 6, Fish Game, Day 2. Or if making dreams come true isn't really your thing, maybe you can go with a more popular server. Fish Game Day 2 is by user Good Juju and has a description that reads, Red Light Green Light, Shapes, it's back, Blood Rising. Fish Game is based off the Netflix show Squid Game. The people behind Squid Game are not associated with this project. None of the other Squid Game remakes work, so we decided to make our own. They then dropped their own Twitter handles, but hey, I'm not going to give you extra promotion. And they also provide controls and say that their clothing credit goes to OTJ Gaming Crew. At the time of writing, this game has 30,841 active users, over 1.3 million favorites, 104.9 million visits, and a server size of 70, which is an even better middle ground if you want something a little more chaotic or perhaps more competition, depends on how you view humanity and all of its screaming 9-year-olds who are blaming you for cheating during Survive the Disasters. Yeah, that's right, I used to play Roblox when I was 9.
Number 5, Adopt and Raise a Baby VIP Discount. Sometimes games become unplayable because the game creators themselves get banned. That was the case for this game, Adopt and Raise a Baby VIP Discount, which was based off of the Adopt and Raise Roblox game. It was created by King Andrew K, who got banned from Roblox due to some shady activity in regards to his game content and creation. While this game hasn't fully been banned yet, it is unplayable and permanently under review due to the questionable online dating aspect of the game. Online dating isn't really something that belongs in the world of Roblox due to the age of its target audience. And I think we can all agree that online dating shouldn't be a Roblox thing. No.
And at 4, Squid Game. The Roblox experience, simply titled Squid Game by Trendsetter Games, seems to be simple but an attempted faithful recreation of the show. The description reads, 10,000 likes! Use code lots of likes for some free cash. Released Sugar Honeycomb. Cut the cookie without breaking it. Join Trendsetter Games. Check the game developer for 100 cash. Join UCR for 200 cash. Hey there, you got yourself into some debt, and it seems like your only way out. Play the game fairly and don't break any rules, or you'll be eliminated. It is strongly recommended that you forge alliances to survive the intermission nights in order to win the game. This experience may include paid advertisements that are labeled as paid ads and use assets from advert uploader. I don't know what that means. Okay, I don't play Roblox, I don't know what that last line means, I don't know if there's actual paid ads or if that's a thing from the show, I don't know. But what I do know is that the game currently has 31,753 active users, with over 45.7 million visits and 260,000 favorites. The server size is a nice average size of 55 players, so don't feel intimidated, average is good. And at 3, the double R bar. Open 24 hours, 365 days a year, you're in an old bar where everyone stares at you with a frown. And there is a secret room somewhere. Nobody has been able to find it. It's almost like a Team Rocket hideout is somewhere in the building. I don't really know what the deal is with this one, but it's no normal game. What is the point of being in a bar if everyone is going to be constantly frowning at you? Maybe the point of this game is that since the bar is open 24 hours and 365 days a year, you never leave? Maybe you just live there and are always just completely trashed and that's why everyone is frowning? Or maybe you're making a lot of noise and everyone is glaring at you until you shut the up. There's a lot of speculation here because the only description is that it's open 24/7. If you have any theories about the server, let me know in those comments, cause I have no idea. Penultimately, in at number 2, Honeycomb. This is the first server that popped up for Squid Game when looking at the popular servers area. However, it was not the most favorited version. The server, known as Squid Game Honeycomb, was made by Roku Studios and has a description of: welcome to Squid Game, where you may fight for a prize pool and remember that it is your decision whether or not to participate. Will you betray your teammates for the money or will you aid them? You'll have to make a lot of decisions in order to win the money in this game. Update log: Boombox Game Pass removed. Honeycomb game has been added. New scenery has been added. Small bug fixes. Doll has been added. If you have any suggestions or experience any bugs, then please join our communications chat to let us know. Updates will be released often to make sure that the experience is more established experience to make the best changes for you to allow you to have a full experience. That's actually the last line of the description. I'm not even lying. The game at this time has 3.8 thousand active players, 123,436 votes, 6.6 million visits, and a server size of 50 for all you Discord groups who are just focused on finding Squid Game knockoffs on Roblox. I know that's a thing that you're doing. I know it's a thing, and I know that you're doing it. Why else would you be watching this video? Finally, in number 1, Hexagame. Hexagame, unlike most of these servers, has multiple pictures. However, all the pictures are blurry in order to make the Hexagame logo stand out, which I find mildly infuriating. However, the game created by Prince Elf has a description that reads: Honeycomb update, real honeycomb game. Use your mouse/screen to carve the cookie. Umbrella is currently broken, will be fixed shortly. Based on the show Squid Game, all 6 games released: Red Light, Green Light, Shapes, Tug of War, Marbles, Glass Tiles, and Squid Game. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the game. Follow the developer on Twitter for more updates and codes. Doll dressed from group Squid Game. I don't know what these descriptions are, man. The server currently has 25,000 active users, over 592,000 favorites, 56.8 plus million likes, and a server size of 185, which is the biggest we've seen today, giggity, and an absolutely monstrous number for players. Imagine playing on a server with a full group of 185 people. That's freaking nuts, man. How do these servers even work? Is it like Fall Guys? You remember that game? Is it like that but Roblox? But themed to be Squid Game? I don't know. Why am I talking about this? Because we need clicks.
In at number 10, Escape Detention. This scary Roblox server is a horror game created by a user named KingJason7 and revolves around players trying to escape detention. What's scarier than finding yourself in detention, you ask? Well, you must first complete a series of interactive puzzles just to move into the next room. To ramp things up though, the puzzle pieces become an integral part in helping you unlock your way to freedom. Plus, the server's creator has added a layer of security lasers, intruders, and other components to the game that will send you right back to square one if you cross them, forcing you to come up with imaginative ways to escape, such as crawling through a dark ventilation system. Yeah, no thanks. In at number 8, Flee the Facility. This survival type horror game was created by AW Apps and has garnered over 700 million visits. The server only holds 5 people max, with the objective being to hack computers throughout the map to reveal how you can escape the game. While this is going on, one player will be privately selected as the Beast. The beast's sole purpose is to knock out any survivors with his giant hammer looking thing and then freeze them in pods until their health is at 0. You can imagine the immense pressure, fear, and anxiety this would cause for those poor 4 players just trying to find a way out.
And at 7, New Fish Game. New Fish Game is honestly pretty much not supposed to be on this list, but I say we should flood it and give it some love. Created by SF, which stands for Super Fun, the description for New Fish Game reads, based on the Netflix show Squid Game. Make sure to like, have fun. It, at the time of scripting, has 0 active players, and honestly I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. The server page does have 2,253 visits though, and 83 favorites, so it can't be that horrible, right? Unless you look at the likes and see that it has a ratio of 7 likes to 22 dislikes. But hey, what is this? Like one of our FNAF theory videos? Come on. But the server size here is 50, which is a nice in between of the 100 and the 30 that we've currently been seeing. So why not give Super Fun a chance, okay? I'm sure you're gonna have a boatload of fun. So much fun that you'll have to bail it out with a bucket before you sink into the ocean of love and sweet dreams.
In at number 6, Zombie Tower. Unlike the majority of these scary Roblox servers, this one actually follows a story. Players must venture to a tall stone tower that houses a ton of zombies and do their very best at exterminating them all. While there may be no big scary bosses in this game, it's the unknown amount of levels to this tower that begins the daunting and terrifying task of eliminating the undead. What's worse is you're pretty limited with your firepower. The creator gives you a Colt M1911 pistol which only holds about 14 bullets per magazine and a sword. So you will inevitably come across other weapons throughout the tower, but with a max of 7 players, it'll be difficult to make it past just the first floor. Ergo, don't play it.
In at 5, Be a Wall. The description of this game is simply, there's nothing to it. This game is literally you just running around being a wall. There is nothing to it in all honesty. The weirdest thing is that you can purchase a Donald Trump skin that gives you glorious golden locks and makes your wall all sparkly. For some reason there was someone actually playing the game when I researched it, which makes me curious about what the point of this is. Do you need multiple players on so you can just stand next to each other and make a wall? Like, what? Is that it? Because if that's it, where do I sign up? This game is by far one of the weirdest on this list and makes me not only question its existence but my own as well. This game has put me into an existential crisis. Just think about it. Someone was created. This person's mother spent 9 months creating this person for them to create a game in Roblox about being a wall. Not even like a cool wall like the Attack on Titan wall, just like a normal wall. What?
In at number 4, The Stalker. The Stalker is another super popular horror genre game in Roblox created by a user named Clone Trooper 1019. Players will be split into 2 camps, either you're a stalker or a combine. The stalkers are essentially the main players of the game. A stalker is practically invisible but can be caught by seeing the silhouette of their outlines. Their goal is to eliminate all of the combines, an extremely difficult task. When the stalker is chosen, their screen is kind of blurred out, so just because you're invisible doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easier for you. The combines are also referred to as Unit 8. They are all trying to defeat the stalker by using a bountiful arsenal of upgrades and weapons. Suffice it to say, this is one scary Roblox server you shouldn't play on.
Adopt and Raise a Cute Kid. This game ran into similar problems to the previous Adopt and Raise a Baby we were talking about earlier. It was made by a user named Tremedy, who is now banned. This game, while allowing you to play as an adult looking for a child to adopt in your family dynamic, or as a kid hoping to be adopted, also had some elements of online dating that were problematic. So it also ended up being banned as well. All of these games where you're like playing house, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
In at number 2, The High School Horror. Ramping things up with this one, this Roblox horror game was created by a user called Emo Red Kid and involves players attempting to solve the mystery of a high school massacre to win. Just reading the plot for this game will make you want to never play it. And when players are taken to the school, a character named Mike tutors them in an evening club. As he is doing so, the power suddenly goes out and each of the students are brutally butchered in the most shocking ways possible. To add to your already clammy hands, the lights will flicker as something called the Beast arrives, forcing the kids to run for the gymnasium. Players will have to locate hidden keys to navigate their way through the maze of the school, all while trying to figure out who is responsible for this. Last but not least, in our number 1 spot, Slender Man's Revenge. We're sure you can already imagine what awaits you in a game called Slender Man's Revenge, as if Slender Man alone wasn't scary enough. Now known as Slender Man's Revenge Reborn, this game was created by Zoidberg656 back in 2000. 2012. Since its inception, it has garnered over 20 million visits. Players must defend each other from the Slender Man as it randomly chases and attacks players in the game. It's the jump scares that will really get to you more than anything else, and the randomness of it all. Slender Man not only has the element of surprise though, he is also much faster than any of the other players. All of this also takes place in the middle of a forest where you must simply survive for as long as you possibly can. Ergo, don't play it.